this might be one of the most impressive series of combinations on bars I've ever witnessed. And to do it at this level of stress and pressure at the Olympic Games, come on. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Bray. I am a former All-American and elite gymnast and a current gymnastics coach and judge. And here on my YouTube, I will break down gymnastics videos that you guys want me to do, and maybe a few others that I like to do as well, but really aiming towards breaking down routines, skills, so we can truly understand just what exactly is going on in gymnastics. It's not a very common sport. It's not like football or baseball where the majority of everybody pretty much knows what's going on. Gymnastics is literally a whole different world. So that's what we do here. We break down gymnastics videos, skills, and routines. And let's go ahead and get started into this video where we are breaking down Suni Lee's Olympic bar routine. All right, we are going to start it, and I have a few notes on the screen breaking down the big skills, and yeah, you just be ready for your jaw to hit the floor. All right, she's already saluted, gearing up, starting on the high bar. She better take a deep breath because this bar routine don't end. All right, we have a beautiful Kipkasta handstand. So just to start off, that's very important. You want that vertical to be all the way up and down, and she is slightly piked, but you can see from her shoulders to her hips is in vertical, and she would definitely be within the degree of handstand. Now, I will disclaim, she's in the FIG setting, which is the Federal International Gymnastics. I believe that's what FIG stands for, but FIG essentially is just elite, and elite is like the girls of the Olympics, worlds, national team, things like that. They do have kind of their, well, I guess I shouldn't even say kind of, they really do have their own code of points. I don't know anything about the FIG code of points. I might know more than actually I give myself credit for, but I've never read through the code of points for FIG the way that I have for the developmental program and the Excel program. But the FIG code of points and the developmental code of points or Excel code of points are different. And so there's sometimes different rules, different deductions, different degrees, things like that. It's extremely difficult to be a FIG judge. You're like a FIG brevet. Brevet is like the highest you can go in judging, and when you're a FIG brevet, like, you know what you're talking about. So ADHD rant, besides the point. I'm just saying, I think even in the FIG code of points, this handstand is textbook. So moving on, she goes into her first release element right there. That is a ray. So we'll go back. When she puts her toes on the bar from the handstand, that's a toe on. When she then lets go and then has to essentially gainer herself forward to catch the bar, the base of that skill is called a ray. Normally it's done in a piked position or a straddle position. I think the pike position is a different name, but the ray is done in a straddled position. I'm going to do a whole video on the gymnastic skills, all their variations, because even I get very confused because I know, you know, like the values of it or like what it looks like, but I can't always remember the names because if you don't know, every skill in gymnastics, for the most part, the big skills, the skills that people come up with or original and they make up, it's named after them. It's like named after their last name. So I don't always remember what the names of the skills are, but I can identify them and most likely know the value. So just a fun little fact there. So as she does this ray, she's actually doing it a laid out ray. Again, I only have the developmental code of points to refer to, so I was trying to look up the technical name for the laid out ray. So if you do know it, please let me know, educate me, and help me learn more terms. But from what I could find, I could not find that there was a specific name for the laid out ray. And fun fact, same thing in the developmental program, the Stalder Shaposh, if you know gymnastics, the Stalder Shaposh, we're going to actually see a Shaposh soon. That and a Stalder version also doesn't have a name. It's not named after anybody, but I've seen plenty of people do it. So I don't know if I'm just completely misreading it or if I'm missing something or if it's just not in the developmental code of points, but it's in the FIG. I have actually no idea. And I'm not going to pretend like I know everything. I will never know everything, right? I'm a human and I'm not perfect. I know a lot about gymnastics. I would consider myself an expert in the sport, but that doesn't mean I'm perfect. It doesn't mean I know what I'm talking about all the time. I definitely make mistakes. I also have a few learning disabilities. So a lot of the times when I'm judging, I take a little bit longer to judge because I will like mix up the numbers in my head and or the letters. And so I sometimes when I'm reading through things, I miss things or my brain literally reads something else. It's very frustrating, but just saying, I could definitely be making a mistake, and if I am making a mistake, please help me. But I'm not perfect. I'll never be perfect. But from what I can find, I cannot find the name of that skill. All right. After the laid out ray, she goes right into a pack full. Now, a pack is a layout between the bars when she catches the bar. Just pretend there's not a full twist. So this is why this is called a pack full, or its technical name, Phillips / a bardouage. I'm probably saying bardouage wrong. Bahardouage. There you go. I think that's how you say it. Bahardouage. I always say that wrong. I'm not really sure the story behind why it's called both the Phillips and the Bahardouage. A lot of people just refer to it as the Bahardouage, and I think that's kind of sad for the Phillips girl because I feel like she should get some credit too. So I don't know. So I'll just refer to it as Phillips Bahardouage, unless somebody wants to tell me why we only call it the Bahardouage. I'm very interested to know. But essentially, she does a pack full. Right after that, you see a slight leg separation, but for the most part, pretty clean. Right here, also, you'll notice she's a little low on her ray, but I don't really want to knock it too much because this is a very, very, very difficult skill. Just think about it. I mean, just look. Not only does she have to come all her momentum and still be able to pull her feet down on the bar, she has to be able to hold her toes on the bar, let go at this exact perfect timing. Do you see right there? That's key. Where she's taking her toes off is key. And then once she puts her toes on the other side of the bar, now she has to force her shoulders. Look at that. My chest. She literally has to force. I don't know why I'm saying that. I literally did like this. I did a ray. I've done a ray before. It's just different when you're watching it, I guess. And you also do the same position in a chapage, which I did, and we'll see that chapage soon. But moving on. And then she has to literally pick herself up from being completely upside down. I've never really appreciated gymnastics as much as I do analyzing these videos. What we do is freaking awesome. We are freaking awesome. We're superheroes. God, we're awesome. This is just like the fact that I'm thinking about it. She's literally coming off her hands using just her arms. Like your arms, are not that strong in relative to your body, like your legs, right? So she's literally coming off her arms, throwing herself forward from her arms and strong enough to be able to withstand gravity, the momentum, all things like that, and be able to literally pick herself up in the air. Laid out, which again, aerodynamics, laid out is way harder to flip, right? Lay herself out and then catch the bar. So again, I'm not trying to knock on her for this skill at all because it's extremely difficult and it's dumb hard. But she does flex her feet slightly over the bar, so I'm sure she got a deduction if they saw it. But you can see too, like the judges are down low. That also throws off our judging perception because we are lower. So who knows if they even saw it? But moving on, she catches the bar and she has to be able to know I have to let go right here. So that this skill ends up perfectly right here. One, so I can catch the bar, but two, catch the bar far enough to have this position happen where she has enough laid out momentum to have enough swing, essentially to go right into the pack full. That combination alone of those three things, oh my gosh. And she's not done. No, but wait, there's more. She's like a bad infomercial. But wait, there's more. She's not bad, but you know what I mean. Those commercials are pretty cringe. Moving on from the pack full. And this is, oh my God, I'm going to faint doing this video. Not only does she have to let go at the perfect timing for the pack. Packs are so hard. I hated them. She has to let go at the right timing and then take her right arm. Oh no, actually, she takes her left arm off first to initiate the full upside down, keeping her eyes on the bar enough to be able to, I'm literally speechless, honestly, breaking this down. So not only do my feet have to be in the right spot, I've got to, sorry, my toddler. My feet have to be in the right spot, but I've also got to be twisting my body through the air, and I've got to make sure I'm doing that well enough to be able to catch the bar in a correct enough position, or I'm going to get deducted because, gymnastics is just so easy. Let me just go flip through the air, and you just keep telling me how perfect I'm not. Love it. Be able to catch the bar in this correct position so she's not deducted, but she probably was deducted because her feet are apart because the skill's freaking hard. And then she catches the bar. Oh, yeah. Oh, shoot. I'm throwing stuff. I'm so flabbergasted. Pause. Okay, resuming. See, this is why I could never commentate. I'd be like, this chick is wild. She's fired. Not only just to be able to catch the bar. But she's got to already start the next skill. She's like, okay, I did the pack full. Now it's time to snap my feet again back on the bar. Do you understand how hard that is? Because all of gravity, momentum, and force and everything with the speed is working against you. And you have to be able to be like as perfect as this little, like that's how like the margin of error is, like the tip of this little pen. And you have to be able to be right on the dot. So, and be strong enough to withstand the force to then be able to do this toe on. Because look where she's taking her feet. She's taking her feet all the way from up here to pulling it in a leg lift pike to be able to get her toes on the bar. Do you know how strong our toes are too? By the way, I have really strong toes, and it's because of this skill, because of toe on toe off. Because literally the only thing keeping your legs on the bar are your 5 toes. It's, oh my gosh, completely insane. So after she does that toe on, again, we have to make sure we're letting go at the perfect timing right here to then, again, this is the shaposh, okay? Actually, this is a Maloney. A shaposh would come from a free up. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But when it's from a toe on, toe off, and then they throw themselves from the low bar to the high bar like this, the base skill was a shaposh, which is the free up version. This is called a Maloney because it's coming from a toe on version. So the first person to do it, I believe her name was Kristen Maloney. Late 90s, early 2000s gymnast. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure she was in the 2000s Olympics. I don't know. She was on national team, blah, 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 blah. Pretty sure she went to the Olympics, but believe that's who this skill is named after. She did it from the toe on version. So it was called a Maloney. And look at this. Oh my God. Look. Oh my God. Look how close she is to almost hitting her toes. That's another thing about gymnastics. Like, all of the skills we're doing, like if you've ever seen Blades of Glory, that is what gymnastics feels like to me. Like when they're doing the trick that chopped that girl's head off, like you've got this much of air before you're going to whack your face on the bar, whack your feet, break your heel, break your nose, all of that. Like, had she let go earlier, she would have landed on the low bar. Had she let go too late, she would have peeled off the high bar and landed on her face. Like, you don't have a lot of room for air. And look, and that's just proof. Like, look how close she is to whacking her heels. And then, as if she hasn't done enough, she's literally done one kip cast to handstand throughout this whole bar routine, which is insane. After she catches, now she's got to be like, okay, I caught it. Now I got to like swing my legs hard enough to like get up into this swing position to go into the next skill. Like, just the work never stops for her. Kicks up, beautiful. This is a beautiful upswing, uprise from the shaposh, or Maloney. I just call all of them a shaposh, even though that's wrong. It's not from the shaposh. It was a Maloney, but whatever. And I did a Maloney, and I still called it a shaposh. Whatever. Sue me. So she goes into, I'm just kidding, don't sue me. What are you going to sue me for calling it the wrong name? Get over it. Then she goes into an in-bar ginger. First of all, gingers are not easy, okay? And then to do it in bar is always like, whoa, she did an in bar ginger. Like, it's a little scary because here's the kicker. If she does this ginger and lets go a little early, she's going to land on that low bar. That's not going to feel fun. It's not going to feel good. None of that. So she, again, not only does she have to come out of this skill, she has to let go at the right time to catch the bar, but also not whack the low bar at the same time. And this is after she's already done it from the ray. So she's finally done. God, like, geez, we get it. Yeah. So let's watch that again without me pausing and being annoying with it. So let's just enjoy this beautiful connection. So first skill connected, second, third, and 4. 4 skills in a row, all of D value or higher. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just know D value or higher on a gymnastics skill. It's hard and it's impressive. And the fact that you're going to connect all of them together and you do it on bars, she's the Olympic champion for a reason in that Olympics because per. I also, like, if I was a judge right now, I'd be like, I honestly I would have forgotten to write anything down because I would have been in such awe of what she was doing. So I don't know if I'll ever be a brevet. I genuinely don't think I'd pass that test. I literally don't think I could pass it unless they give me like you know how you get like testing accommodations for like for certain or special learning disabilities. I don't know if I would even get that. I really don't think I'd pass the test. my brain just doesn't work like everybody else's. There are like people that don't suffer with this. There's actually a lot of people with ADHD and learning disabilities, dyslexia, but you get it. Like your brain doesn't work the same, so I don't think I'd ever pass it. All right, moving on with the next part. She does a kip cast to a blind full, excuse me, just a blind change into a piked Jager. Again, she does every skill. She does a Jager form, a Ginger form, a Ray form, Shaposh forms, pack. Just, oh my goodness. Okay, piked Jager, not an easy skill, but not the hardest. Again, having to let go at the perfect timing to catch the bar and to also make sure she has enough swing to go into her pack. That is the pack. So we saw the pack full earlier. This is the base skill of that. Now, I will say probably because she's having to come from the Ginger and there wasn't much swing, that pack is a little low. Usually when you do the pack, you want your hips even or higher with the low bar. I would say hers are. They look like they are, but for some reason, maybe because she did the pack full and it went higher, this pack does look a little low to me. And you can tell when she catches right here, she's in a good support, but her feet start coming down, but that's probably because she's going now into a Maloney half, which can you fault her for that? Absolutely not. Let's just watch that in regular motion now. Oops, excuse me. Ooh. Watch it in regular motion, blind change, piked Jager, pack. Yeah, the pack does look a little low to me. I would stand by that statement. But it's not bad at all. It's still really good, but it is a little low. Now she has to catch, and this is why she had to pull her feet down, so I will correct myself. She's pulling her feet down because she's going into the Maloney half. So we just talked about the Maloney, which is the toe on, toe off into the Shaposh. Now the Maloney half, aka a Byhovsky, probably saying that wrong too, but I feel like that's how I've heard it be pronounced, so we're going to stick with that. The Maloney half, aka a Byhovsky, I just love saying it, Byhovsky. So what it is that Maloney half, and in the air she has to do, it's the Maloney, and in the air does the half turn. Slight leg separation in the beginning of that skill. Who knows if the judges saw it? They probably did. They're all brevets for a reason. And then catches it with ease. So let's enjoy that combination really fast. Piked Jager. Very good. Continues the routine as if she hasn't done enough. And here's something that needs to be respected too for all of the elites because their bar routines are really long. You have no idea the stamina required for a bar routine. You think floor routines are hard? Bar routines are unnatural because at least on floor, you have your hands and feet working together. They're both tumbling. They're both doing choreography. You can find rest periods in your choreography, etc. You do not have that on bars. The only thing working for you is your arms. Yes, your legs, of course, are going to do stuff because they're doing skills, but everything is on your hands. You don't know forearm stamina until you become a high-level gymnast because your bar routines get really long. Your forearms, like I've gotten off a bar routine and my bar routine was a quarter this long. It was when I was an elite, so it was a bit longer, and I got off the bar and my forearms were just like stuck. Like my hands were like they were stuck on the bar, and it'll cause you to actually pull in sometimes on your dismount. There's been times where I've gotten really close to the high bar because my forearms by the end of it were literally just like freezing to the bar. My forearms were, I don't know if they were just cramping or stiffening up to where I physically couldn't let go of the bar. So it would cause me to pull in, and it was really scary. So I want to put some respect on the stamina required for these elite routines because your forearms are killer. And if you want to try to understand what it feels like, go find a monkey bar or a bar at your gym and just hang on it and try to hang there for 2 minutes or more. It's extremely difficult, and that's just hanging. Now imagine doing a bunch of flips with it. So continue on to the bar routine. She ends with a blind full giant full in. It is a full in because she does 2 double tucks, 1, 2, and she does a full twist right here on the first flip, and then a back flip on the second flip with no twist, making that a full in. All right, guys, that was a lot. That was intense. I really enjoyed that, actually. Like I said, I never really put more respect on us, and I really need to because we are freaking amazing as gymnasts, and these girls are amazing what they are able to do. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I really enjoyed it, and it was really cool to see. Suni's very talented, and I wish her nothing but the best moving on to the next Olympics. I know she's had some health issues, but there's a reason that girl's an Olympic champion, and no one will be able to take that away from her. And this bar routine is unreal. I do want to break down another bar routine. I believe she was from China, or she is from China, and she was at the last World. She might have won the bar final. I'm going to double check that, but I remember watching in individual all-around finals her bar routine. I was like, I had never seen it before because I don't watch elite gymnastics because I honestly just don't like it. I don't like that world, I should say. So I really have strayed away from it. And I mentioned that in my last video, but I was watching her bar routine and I was like, you are effing lying to me right now. It was insane. So I really want to break down her bar routine too. I might actually faint in that video. All right, guys, that is it. I hope you learned something. Don't forget to like this video. It helps support my channel, and subscribe. Share it to your friends who might like it. And I really appreciate your guys' support. Thank you so much. And I'll see you guys on my next one. Bye.